First of all, you've been in these weeks before, but what are your emotions at the moment? Is it nerves, excitement, a combination of both?
Both. Yeah, certainly. It's 80% excitement. You know, this is what we worked for, and we've worked hard to get into this final, and we're here. And so when you sort of feel the support that we've been getting, it's phenomenal. So we're excited, and I guess as the week goes on, the nerves will go up a little bit. But that's what finals should be like.
Is it similar with the playing group as well? Some of them have been here before, but I imagine that'll be a mixture of nerves and excitement. I suppose your job is to get them not playing the game too early.
Yeah, well, the boys are in a good space, and we know the importance of our process, how we go through our week, making sure we get our preparation right, and this week will be no different from that regard. But as we get closer, it's you recognise the stage that we're going to be on, and it's kind of where dreams are made of a little bit, but it's also a place that we know we can do something to help this All Black legacy grow.
Springboks, it's one of your great rivals, one of your oldest rivals. A World Cup final against them. What does that mean to you to play the Springboks in a World Cup final?
Yeah, look, it probably couldn't be scripted better, could it? In many ways, for us, it's from an All Black view, South Africa's always been the great foe, and we look at all our battles over the years. It's always been massive respect for each other about how we go about our work, and you got two teams that have. I guess have got a chance to create some history. We've been the first team to win it 4 times. I guess that'll be spoken about at some point. But it's, there's a lot at stake, and to play them in a final, it just couldn't be better.
Did you watch the game last night? I said you said you were going to have some popcorn and take that in. What did you make of that?
Well, firstly, I had some popcorn. It was very nice. I had to limit myself to 10 pieces every 10 minutes. So I was on a strict ration. But great game, great semi-final, tough. England did what they needed to do, I think, to stay in the fight, and just showed how tough and tenacious they can be under that sort of pressure when they can narrow their game down and just squeeze you. And South Africa just sort of stuck to their formula and showed a lot of composure at the end. So, it was a game could have gone either way, but South Africa again have come through that tight game and given themselves a chance for this week. But nothing new. We knew that about them, and like I said, we've got respect for them in that space.
I was just going to say, you've played them so many times, but I suppose does that game last night just show that South Africa are never buried? Yeah,
I think so. I think it just, you go into a final and it's never going to be easy, and we've got great memories of big games against them over the last, all my time, it's always been big, and it's... And if we look at the last 3 or 4 years, this has been a pretty special South African team. They won the last World Cup. They're very experienced, and they've kept this team together to try to win 2 in a row. And so they know what they're doing, and so do we. So it should be a big old battle. We heard a lot of All Blacks chants inside Stade de France last week. You're getting a lot of support over here, a lot of support back home as well. Early mornings. What does that mean to you? What does that mean to this team? Yeah, look, it's phenomenal. It's what we're getting behind the scenes has been amazing, and I think it's sort of the tournament's captured New Zealand at home, and we're feeling that. With the messages and videos you get nowadays, and through your phones and everything, it's been phenomenal, and we're greatly appreciative of that. And it's the fact we know people are getting out of bed and having their marmite and toast and doing their stuff is pretty cool. But there's so many black jerseys in the stadium. I think we might have converted a few French people here too, but. The support is critical for us at this stage of the tournament, because we're playing for this country, and to be reminded of that is pretty special. I think there's 1,200 already here on a tour group. Already, I'm sure that number will grow. That must make you guys feel good, knowing that you're going to have a good wave of support for such an important match. Yeah, undoubtedly. It's I felt the last 2 games we're in a pretty green stadium for the Irish game, and the Kiwis that were there tried hard and did well, and it was a growing presence last week, I think, in the semi, and again the RGs were pretty loud and vocal, which they always are, and it's a credit to them. But we're expecting a massive support on Saturday night, but for those who can't be there, and I know there's hundreds of thousands who can't be there, it's we know you're behind us, and thanks for what you're doing. History will be made for one team this weekend. What would it mean to you to lead this All Blacks team to become the first to win 4 World Cups? Well, I think for this team, it's a big chance. You know, there's a short-term goal. Our goal is to do the best we can now, and so we've got a chance to be in a final, and it doesn't happen too often. So we want to treasure that and achieve our short-term goal. But with the chance for this group to, you know, to put another World Cup in the cabinet and to add to the legacy of a team that we love deeply, it would be pretty special.
Just lastly, after the French loss, it feels like this team has been building progressively week on week. Does it feel like you've really found your rhythm at the right end of this tournament?
Yeah, well, you have to. And I know there was a few panic stations after the Twickenham game and the France game, but you know, we had a number of players who I don't think were in the state to really peak at that point, and so it was always going to be a difficult period for the tournament for us. But it's you know, we were prepared for that. You know, we'd rather have won that first game, but we didn't. But you know, I'm proud of the way the guys didn't panic. We just went about our work, and I think that's paid.
Thanks, Foz. I appreciate your time. Enjoy the week.
Thanks very much.